Get ready, 5 seconds. Start. My first duty is to congratulate those who, by hard work and disciplined effort, obtained their degrees today. I should like to tell them that the very same qualities which they exhibited during their university careers must continue in future, and I hope that they will continue. I will be unfair to myself and to you if I should promise you glittering prizes or comfortable positions. The times ahead of us are of a very difficult character. The movements which took place in other countries during the span of centuries have all occurred here more or less simultaneously. What answer to the Reformation, the Industrial Revolution, or the Political Revolution? All these things have been telescoped so as to say, in these few years in our country, we have won political independence, but it is not to be regarded as giving us complete freedom. There are ever so many other things which require to be fulfilled. If this first step is to be regarded as a preparation for the liberation of this great land, if we wish to follow up political revolution by a social and economic one, our universities must send out batches of scientists, technicians, engineers, agriculturists, etc. These are essential for changing the face of our country, the economic character of our society. But we should not believe that science and technology alone are enough. There are other countries, much advanced countries in the world, which have achieved marvelous progress in scientific and technological side, but yet they are torn by strife and they are unable to bring about peace, safety, and security of their own people. It only shows that other qualities are also necessary besides those developed by science and technology. Just now, a student was introduced for his degree and he was called Doctor of Philosophy in Science. In other words, science is also regarded as a branch of philosophy. The function of the universities is not merely to send out technically skilled and professionally competent men, but it is their duty to produce in them the quality of compassion, the quality which enables the individuals to treat one another in a truly democratic spirit. Our religions have proclaimed from the very beginning that each human individual is to be regarded as a spark of the divine. These proclamations by themselves are not enough so long as these principles are merely clauses in the Constitution and not functioning realities in the daily life of the people. We are far from the ideals which we have set before ourselves. Minds and hearts of the people require to be alerted. We must strive to become democratic not merely in the political sense of the term but also in the social and economic sense. It is essential to bring about this democratic change, this democratic temper, this kind of outlook by a proper study of the humanities, including philosophy and religion. There is a great verse which says that in this poisonous tree of life are two fruits of incomparable value. They are the enjoyment of great books and the company of good souls. If you want to absorb the fruits of great literature, well, you must read them. Read them not as we do cricket stories, but read them with concentration. Our generation, in its rapid travel, has not achieved the habit of reading the great books and has lost the habit of being influenced by the great classics of our country. If these principles of democracy in our constitution are to become habits of mind and patterns of behavior, principles which change the every character of the individual and the nature of the society. It can be done only by the study of great literature, of philosophy, of religion. This is why, even though our country needs great engineers, we should not neglect to make them humanists. While we retain science and technology, we must remember that science and technology are not at all. We must note the famous statement that merely by becoming literate without the development of compassion, we become cruel. So, no university can regard itself as a true university unless it sends out young men and women who are not only learned but whose hearts are full of compassion for suffering humanity. Unless that is there, the university education must be regarded as incomplete. I have been a teacher for nearly all my adult life. For over 40 years, I have lived with students, and it hurts me very deeply when I find that the precious years during which a student has to live in the university are wasted by some of them, but not by all of them. Teachers and students from a family, and in a family you cannot have the spirit of trade union. Such a thing should be inconceivable in a university. University life is a cooperative enterprise between teachers and students, and I hope that the students will not do a disservice to themselves by resorting to activities which are antisocial. Dear friend, an opportunity is provided for everybody in this country to support the efforts of the government to make this country self sufficient financially and militarily. The scheme of gold bonds is so attractive that if properly explained, it will catch the imagination and swell the gold bond fund. What is to be explained to the mass of our population is the fact that gold in their possession, which does not yield any income, if entrusted to government for 15 years, will not only bring some income to the individual but will save the huge interest which government of India have otherwise to pay to other countries every year in foreign exchange, and enable the government to repurchase gold out of the saving of interest in foreign exchange. In 15 years, this country will save crores of rupees in foreign exchange by simply parting with gold for this limited period. There cannot be any greater opportunity for the people of this country than the investment in gold bonds. As you know, many schemes, howsoever beneficial and praiseworthy they might be, do not catch the imagination unless they are given proper publicity and explained. May I therefore request you to establish mass contact and give wide publicity to this scheme. I am confident the sincere efforts in every state will swell the gold bond fund much beyond our expectations. Nationally, it will raise the morale and boost up the enthusiasm. Internationally, it will raise the prestige and create confidence in the ability of this country to be self sufficient. By making this scheme a complete success, we will be strengthening not only the image of the country but will lay a solid foundation for progress and prosperity. Let us therefore do everything in our power to strengthen the hands of our Prime Minister by creating a psychology and anxiety for swelling gold bond fund. I am sure you will take personal interest and create interest in masses for swelling the gold bond fund. I shall be grateful if you will keep me informed of the steps taken by you to popularize this scheme. With kind regards, yours sincerely, Stop.